So you read The Millionaire Next Door or watched the summary and now you're super motivated but also a little bit confused. How do you apply all this great information? Let's talk implementation and action steps. The foundation stone of wealth accumulation is defense, and this defense should be anchored by budgeting and planning. As the book points out, millionaires operate based on budgets. But if you think budgets are too complicated or you find them boring, let's start with the most basic concept of all: tracking your expenses. I recommend a program called YNAB, which stands for Why You Need a Budget. It makes it super easy to track absolutely all your expenses, and depending on where you live or who you bank with, it might even connect to your bank and just pull some data out of there and just make that process that much easier. That's what I use, that's what I recommended. No affiliation whatsoever, just a happy customer. But if you don't want to go fancy and spend a few bucks on a budgeting program, I get it. The easiest process is this: an Excel spreadsheet. At the end of every week, take 1 hour and just record all the expenses that occurred in that 1 week and try to bucket them into categories. Rent and food and groceries and clothes and whatever it might be. And at first, it will seem a little bit complicated and will take you a little bit of time. That's okay. As with everything else in life, the more you do it, the easier it's gonna get and the faster you're gonna do it. And by the way, record all expenses. Whether it's a $1 coffee or it's a $3,000 TV, an expense is an expense. So record absolutely everything. Do it for a full month, as most expenses reoccur on a monthly basis, so that will give you a much better picture of where your finances are at. At the end of the month, review the results. And I promise you it's gonna be eye-opening. You might discover charges that you didn't know were occurring, or you might discover you're spending a lot more money on clothes or on food, or not enough money on something else. The first time you do it is gonna be eye-opening. And now, armed with this knowledge, you can start making adjustments. Maybe cancel that second TV subscription, or you can relocate some money from the clothes category to the healthy food category. Whatever it is in your case, now you have the data and you can start making adjustments. All of this is meant to just bring your financial awareness to the top. And tracking your expenses is going to be tedious and it's going to be boring, but it's going to heighten your financial awareness. And that is a beautiful thing. Which leads us to another fantastic idea from the Millionaire Next Door, is the idea of opportunity cost. As the great investor Charlie Munger says, intelligent people make decisions based on opportunity costs. And for all of those who are bored and asleep during economics class, like me, let's define opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is what a person sacrifices when they choose one option over another. And that's all great, but how does that help me become a millionaire? Okay, let's talk money. Every 2 years or so, each one of us is faced with a dilemma that keeps us awake at night: to upgrade our phones or not. So let's say you're looking into upgrading your phone that will cost you about $600. The opportunity cost would be, if you spend those $600 on a phone, you cannot invest that much. Say that you decide not to get the phone and you take that $600 and you invest it in the stock markets. In 5 years, you will turn those $600 into more than $900. And in 10 years, those same $600 will turn into $1,600. Now, what happens if you take those $600 and you put them towards paying your mortgage faster? You're not only going to own your home that much faster, but you're gonna save yourself thousands of dollars of interest. So let's say you take those $100, you divide them into 12 monthly payments, and you're gonna just pay $50 extra on your mortgage payment. Let's see what happens. If you continue to do this throughout the life of your mortgage on a 30-year, $200,000, 3.5% mortgage, you're gonna end up paying your home 2 years and 7 months in advance, and you're gonna save yourself more than $12,000 of interest. How's that phone looking now, huh? But opportunity cost also comes in the sense of time. Because nobody just goes and buys a new phone. You're gonna go in and research, you're gonna watch videos online, you're gonna compare the specs of your current phone to the new one. Maybe you go talk to some of your friends or colleagues who have a new phone and talk to them about their experience. So all this is time that you're spending into this new phone dilemma that you could spend it somewhere else. Maybe you can spend it at the gym. Maybe you can spend it, cooking healthy food for yourself. Maybe into a relationship, growing a business. There's an opportunity cost of money, but there's also opportunity cost of time. When you combine expense tracking with opportunity cost thinking, you become dangerous. Now, when you're faced with a $10 charge from Netflix, you can examine it through the lens of opportunity cost. And you can be like, okay, what happens if I take those $10 and I invest them? Or I pay off my debts faster? What happens with that 1 hour of Netflix that you're spending each day if you invest it into something else? Into a relationship, or into growing your business, or into going to the gym? Now, with this mentality in mind, when you see your expenses, you can examine every single optional charge, because you cannot not pay your rent. You can examine every single optional charge with that mentality, and you become dangerous. So the next time you're faced with an optional purchase, run it through the above mental model of opportunity cost and see what comes out on the other end. It might be a good decision, it might be a bad decision, only you know. And these are the two main takeaways from the Millionaire Next Door that you can literally take to the bank, and you can even implement them today. And if you want another fantastic book on personal finance, check out the summary that I did of one of my personal favorites, I'll Teach You to Be Rich. Click right here.